It's already looking bad, you guys. Like, what is that? Oh my God. This, ugh, this looks so bad. You guys, okay, I'm not hating it. I'm hating it. Hey y'all, it's Acacia Forgot, and welcome to this new segment I'm starting called Fix That Mug. To be clear, it's not that I necessarily think that anything in my mug needs to be fixed. I'm starting this because, I'm gonna be honest, I hate makeup. I hate doing makeup. I hate the feeling of makeup. I don't like putting it on. I don't like wearing it. Why do I do drag? That's a good question. The makeup is like my least favorite part of doing drag. I don't have an eye for symmetry. I'm not very creative with it. I feel like my mug now is very good. I'm very proud of my makeup, but it's taken like 8 years of trial and error just to get to that place. And that's why I do the exact same face every single time. And I want to desensitize myself to makeup, and I want to have fun with it and try to be creative with it and try new things. So when I'm saying fix that mug, I'm fixing years of trauma, honestly. That's what I think what I'm fixing. But I think a good place to start would be to show you a quintessential Acacia Forgot mug. So if you want to see how I do my standard stamp, then keep watching. Okay, to start off, we gotta glue everything down and get a clean canvas. And I don't wanna be one of those freaks who shaves their sideburns, because I feel like people who shave their sideburns and their eyebrows out of drag, they look like freaks, and I don't wanna look like that. Personally, that's just me, but to each their own. The way I do my brows is I feel like very standard, but for some reason, I think my brows come out better than other people's. So what I do is I take the glue stick and I go kind of against the grain, just really smudge a bunch of it in there. Take a little spoolie brush, and then I just like brush all of them up the best I can, get them nice and slicked. And then take the glue stick again and I press it going up. What I like to do, this is important, is you do all the bottom half of the brow and then you go and do the top half of the brow. I feel like if you go all of it, the top half gets too like cakey with glue. I don't know how to explain it, but then you take your powder and you cover it liberally and then you press it as hard as you can. When I do drag several days in a row, my brow bone actually hurts from how hard I press. Sometimes it gets bruised even. Then for the sideburns, I just take the glue and kind of brush it back. My hair kind of naturally goes that way, so it's not too hard. Gotta do the bottoms. Gotta do all the seams, all the side parts, the seams, that's what's gonna like seal in the hair. Then cover that bitch. Now when it comes to how many layers to do, I do 3 on the brows and 2 on the sideburns. Another thing that I think is very important to get your brows as smooth as possible is to color correct them after you glue them down. Use some kind of like red lipstick or a color correct like this. And then you're gonna take a concealer and then you are going to press that in to kind of blend it out. And you are going to wanna press this in above the brow, kind of where the glue ends, because this will just, I feel like, melt with the glue. It'll help fill in any of the cracks. I think this is a very important step. And then I like to put a bunch in the middle to then bridge the gap between my brows. Okay, now that we have the base of everything done, we can move on to the foundation. I love to use the Dermablend leg and body makeup for my foundation. I also will be linking all of the products in the description below, so if you want to go buy any of these things, you can find them there. This foundation I love to use because I think it's so buildable. It blends so nicely, it's matte, but I would love to try new foundations. So if anyone has any ideas of foundations I could use for like more oily skin that will keep me matte, keep me dry, let me know in the comments because I would like to try something new. Okay, then for the concealer, I like to do a mix of the Kimchi The Most concealer, the white one. This concealer is so good. I am absolutely obsessed with it. Take the white and lay the base of my T-zone as such. And then I take the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer and fade out the white. Does anybody ever remember those Cosmo Queen videos? It was always my dream to do a Cosmo Queens. And I don't know what happened to them. Are they okay? Are they even like still like around? I don't even know. Okay, now I'm looking a little pasty, so now we need to do some contour. I love to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer. This one is in shade Deep Tan. We just need to blend that out. I'm using a different beauty blender from the foundation one. I have a foundation one, bronzer one, and then a blush one because I don't like the colors to mix. And you know what? Have I washed them at all in the last month or two? No. It helps build the color. It helps make the makeup mesh. Make the makeup mesh. Okay, now I'm sure this is the reason why y'all are here, is to see how I do my blush. And let me just tell you, with a warning, there are a lot of steps. I start out with a cream blush. I'm really liking the Juvia's Place ones. This one is Barbie Rose. And I just apply that kind of on the side of my eye, very liberally as I can. This is almost out. Like that. And now we are going to blend it out with the Nasty Blush Beauty Blender. I'm not gonna blend it out a ton. I wanna kind of keep it concentrated on the side of my face because we're gonna go in with powders to then blend it down more. I used to only use powders, but I have learned that I use so much powder that I just blow through palettes at a rate that is not affordable. So we like to do a little bit of a base. Now I'm going to set that with a powder blush. I am using the Rodeo Rouge blush palette, which I collabed with Asti Cosmetics to make, and this truly is the best blush palette. I'm going to go in with Chaps My Hide, which is the red one, to set this blush. Are you starting to see what's going on with the blush? Okay, well, we're gonna do the rest of the face, and then we'll have to finish the blush at the very end of the makeup. Okay, now it's time for, like, literally, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this, but this is my least favorite part of makeup. The eyebrows are the absolute worst thing. They're never even. They are so hard. It makes me so anxious every time I get to this step. I like literally am so filled with anxiety right now just thinking about having to do this, especially in front of people. This feels humiliating. And if they don't look even, don't even tell me. I don't even want to know. If no one says anything, I will literally never know. I am going back in with the same thing I used for my bronzer, and I'm gonna use this now for my eyebrows. I don't even know what I do. I just kind of like, it's already looking bad, you guys. Like, what is that? Oh my God. This looks so bad. You guys, why'd you make me do this? Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. I feel like we're getting somewhere. Okay, I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. I'm hating it. Okay. Is that bad? Okay, let's try to do the other side. Okay, are they even? What do we think? Okay, that's not horrible. I do need to go in and clean up underneath. Okay. Literally, when we were filming Drag Race, I sat next to Joella until she was eliminated, and every single day I would turn to her and be like, are my brows even? Because usually I take my phone and I take a selfie, and then it automatically flips the picture, and then that's when I can kind of get an idea if things are even or not. And obviously you can't have your phone, so the only thing I could do is like trust other people and like what they said. So naturally I had to trust Joella, which, I mean, I don't know if that was safe for me to do, but that was my only option. Okay, I think that's okay. Now we need to highlight underneath the brows, and I am using this probably like 7-year-old TV paint stick, and I literally have had this, I think, since I started drag. And I know that's disgusting, but things that are really old, I don't want to waste, so I don't use them directly on like my eyes, but I'll use it like above or around them, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm still being safe. It's not like coming in contact with my eye. That's when I would like draw the line, you know what I mean? Now for the eyeshadow, as you may know if you follow me, I do the exact same eye every single time. It's always a nude, it's always a cut crease, it's always the same. And to get the same eyeshadow, I use the best eyeshadow palette on the market. And yes, I am just saying that because it's my boyfriend, but also it truly is the best. This is the Epicene palette by Asti Cosmetics, as seen right up here. And this palette, you guys, it's the best nudes. It has the blackest black, the whitest white. It has this hot pink and reds. This is actually what I used to use for my blush and the colors that inspired the Rodeo Rouge blush palette. This is the one-stop shop palette for everything you need, especially when touring and stuff. I'm obsessed with it. You would be too. Go buy it. Linked it down below. Anyways, first you're going to go into this brown shade called Deluxe. And we are going to kind of just shape out the eye, the cut crease of the eye very loosely. Okay, now that we have that general shape mapped out, we are going to go with a bit more of a fine brush, and we're going to go into the darkest brown shade called Tempt, and we're going to shape the outside of the eye. And then we're going to pull it over into the lower part of this crease just to kind of like deepen the color and get some dimension up in there. Then we're going to take a little fluffy brush and we are going to go into this middle nude shade called Androgyny and get a little bit on there just to kind of blend out that upper line of the eyeshadow so that it's more like faded, if that makes sense. And this will also help blend in the darker brown with the medium brown and just get everything blended. And then we're gonna take a bigger fluffy brush and we are going to go in with that same Androgyny shade and blend even more up into the white highlight. Now, who was your favorite mugs of season 17? Because I kind of want to create some of the girls' mugs, but I want to know who are your favorites that you would want me to recreate. I'm thinking obviously Ariete. I think that'd be fun to try. Lana has an iconic eye, or even like Jules. But who are your favorites? Who do you want to see me recreate? Now that we have the eye mapped and blended, it's time to cut that crease, girl. To do that, I'm going to use a eyeliner brush and go back in with a TV paint stick. It's not like coming in contact with my eye. That's when I would like draw the line, you know what I mean? And this is another step that makes me really anxious because I don't understand symmetry, and this is something that kind of requires symmetry and precision, which are qualities that I do not obtain. Okay, that's not bad. Literally every time I do my makeup, it feels like I'm doing it for the first time and I'm like, oh wow, okay, yeah, that's kind of turned out. As if I haven't done my makeup like 200 times in the last year. Now I'm going to go in with a bigger brush. I think this is like more like a lip brush. And I'm going to go in and add more white to the crease. Another type of video I want to try to do in the spirit of Trixie Mattel is like a whole face of Maybelline or a whole face of e.l.f. or something like that. So if I were to do that, which one should I try first? Okay, now that the white cream is laid, we are going to set it with a white eyeshadow. We're going to start blending out this eyeshadow over the eyelid. Now we're gonna do the lower lash line, and I feel like I see so many people not put eyeshadow on like their lower lid, their like lower lash line, and I don't get that. Like, I feel like if I were to go out like this, I would look crazy. Now, you're going to add the sex to the eye. And when I say that, I mean we're going in with the black shade, which is called Sex, and we're going to add that just to the outside of the lower lash line, and then pull that up the side of the eye. And we're just gonna blend out the outside of this so fiercely. It's gonna like look a little smudgy at first, but then you just keep going in and blending and blending and blending. You just fucking go to town and it all will just like blend out. It's crazy. Now we need to add some eyeliner, which is basically very straightforward. So I don't even think I really need to show it. See, now this is why I hate doing makeup, is because I try to do my little inner corner, little point, and then it just like fucks up, and now I'm like, well, now what do I do? How do I fix it? Like, if it doesn't go my way, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, now we need to bring some color back into our contour, our blush, everything. So I'm going to use these Trixie Cosmetics bronzers that I'm obsessed with. I use the shade Groovy Gardenia, which is a bit darker, to kind of get around the outside of my forehead. And then I use the shade Free Love Freesia. Freesia? And do kind of like the sides of my contour, like the cheeks. And then I'll even use the Free Love Freesia. I really need to Google that because that's gonna bother me. Freesia? Every time I look at it, I say it in my head, but now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't even know how you say it. And I use this to then do my nose contour too, which is another part of my makeup where I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing with my nose contour. I don't know what shape I'm trying to make. I don't know what story I'm trying to tell. The one thing that I do know about my nose contour though, I do know that I flare my nostrils a lot. I go like this a lot. Even when I'm not doing that, I feel like it often looks like I am. But I've realized that if I contour the sides of my nostrils like this, then it doesn't look like I'm flaring them. At least not as much. But that's something that I didn't really notice about my face until I watched back Drag Race. And I was like, girl, why are my nostrils always fucking flared, girl? They looked so stupid. Now it's time for the only thing about makeup that I like. We are finishing off the blush. I go in with my beauty blender that I use for my foundation to re-wet the blush area. And we are going to go in with the Aussie Cosmetics X Acacia Forgot Rodeo Rouge blush palette. There's a lot of steps, so stay with me. You're going to take a very stiff brush like this one. And you're going to go into Chaps My Hide, which is the red shade. And we are going to pack that in on the side next to the eye. Then you're going to take a brush like this and go into the shade Ropeburn, which is the darkest little plum shade at the bottom. And we're going to blend out the red into the contour. And then we're gonna take that plum color and kind of take it down into the contour of my cheek. Then you're going to go into some kind of brush like this. And you're going to go into my favorite shade, Fancy, which is the hot pink. I mean, when I'm telling you go into these, I mean, I'm like packing this into the brush. We're going to put this like right in the bottom corner of the eye. Like that, and stamp that in. Do you see what I'm doing? Now we're going to take a fluffy brush and just kind of blend all of those colors together. Then we're gonna take that same fluffy brush and go into the middle top light pink shade called Oink, because piggy, oink, oink, and diffuse that line of the hot pink. And then we're just gonna take a really big fluffy brush that really has nothing on it and just go to town with the blending so that everything is just blended, diffused, and hot. Don't I just look so much more alive? So all you need is cream blush, 4 powder blush pigments, and 5 brushes to get the Acacia blush. Now the only things we have left are 2 of my least favorite parts, lips and lashes. So let's get into that. My favorite lip liner of all time is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in shade Raisin. This is my old one. I'm gonna get a little bit more life left out of it. I think I need to bring out a knife to sharpen it and whittle it down. But then I had my friend Nadia get me a new one, and I am obsessed with her for that. But this shade is just so beautiful. I love it. With this step, I really don't know what I'm doing. I truly am just winging it. And I don't feel like I really have a normal lip shape. I just try to get it so it looks even. And then I just say, good enough, we did it. And the lips are done. Now the last thing I have to do is get my lashes on, but it makes me so anxious doing it. So I will go do those off camera. Plus, girl, it's just putting lashes on. There's nothing special. Okay, well here I am in all my glory. What do you think? Do you like the mug? Not that I care, because this is all I know how to do. And so I do know that it's perfect. I am loving the blush, obviously, because I love blush. I do love that I have influenced pop culture with my blush. I mean, look at season 18. No one wore blush on my season. And then, besides Lydia and Harmona. And then now, season 18 of RuPaul's Drag Race, everyone has the Acacia blush. I've been seeing a lot of stars wearing a lot more blush, and my blush is taking over the world. If you guys want to try to do the Acacia blush or just the Acacia mug, make sure you tag me. Follow this tutorial and tag me, because I want to see it. Also, if you have any suggestions on what you want to see me try to do with makeup, please let me know. I'm open to anything. Also, follow me on Instagram. Please subscribe and like this video. Follow me on TikTok. You can also buy the Rodeo Rouge palette, which is my blush palette in collaboration with Aussie Cosmetics, as well as the Aussie Cosmetics Epicene palette, or any of their other products at austiecosmetics.com. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next week. Bye!